volume water extraction for the power plant. Now, that's already previously answered. There's not going to be a power plant. Number 5, what is the plan to environmentally control water recycling of the mine and power plant operation? We can dismiss the power plant, but could you possibly talk to the water recycling?
It's like a radiator. You're going to put it in. It's going to continue flowing in the courses that you've designed it to. But it's using the water to basically pick up from the grinding circuit the material that's been ground, take it to a separator, separate the iron from the silica sands, and then use the water to move the sands to a tailings dewatering station, which would be filter presses. And at that point, the sands are removed from the water is sent back to the grinding circuit to pick up more, to carry it back to the separators. Also, a portion of that is going to be used to push the iron toward the next stage, which would be the cyclones and the rougher cells, to prepare it for the balling circuits. And it'll be dewatered there as well, probably with a disc filter. And at that point in time, we maintain that 10.25% to 10.5% moisture. And then that water goes back and joins up with the tailings water and goes back into the grinding circuit, picks up the rock and carries it again back to the separator. So it's that continuous cycle, and the only losses you would have or makeup that you need is what goes with the material when it goes toward balling, and what goes with the material as it goes towards tailings storage areas.
Okay, thanks. Have you been able to follow this stuff? Okay, Bill and I went over this one-on-one. What monitoring plans, this is question 6, are there to monitor and evaluate surrounding aquifer to control excessive loss to the available water resource?
And I think that one, if Tim, you want to jump on how the hydrology plan modeling is set up and how we're looking into it now?
Yeah, we're doing, part of our data collection again was the 4 wells that we were talking about with other wells. And doing a drawdown test, doing a water monitoring. Each step tells you something different. You may have to go out and drill more wells to see where you're at. We're also proposing to put monitoring wells near wetland areas to see what the reactions are in the shallow. You have material from the soil to the top of the bedrock. It's called shallow water. Then you have the bedrock water. We look at that as 2 different regimes. But we're not doing just the ore body. We're also going out around us. Also required in the regulations is that we have to have monitoring wells off the waste piles, 1,200 feet or half the distance to the property line, and inside that line of wells is another set of wells that you're observing what's going on to see if there's a migration of a problem. And so you're trying, it's like an early warning system. So our point of compliance is on the property we control. We'll have wells all around us so we know what's going on. So there's a lot of holes that have been poked in the ground to maintain it. The groundwater model is at the beginning, but you maintain that as part of your operating procedure and be required in part of our operating plan.